sure which one, but we'll find out the details in the future. What we're going to be worrying about right now, we're going to be worrying about some fun wars. We're going to be seeing how they war. Let's see what kind of energy they bring. Let's see if they can keep the momentum going. As you can see, we are posted up here on this fort. We're about to get into it. You see some war horns. You see some cannons. Pretty stereotypical fort setup. Nothing too different here. So let's see how they like to war. 30 seconds, guys. Let's go. 30 seconds, guys. Let's get into it. Yes, Slick. Get the hypes out, guys. We are going. Ohonoo, first cast. Alrighty, guys. Posture checks. You heard about the rat healer guy? I have not, Jimmy. All right, guys, 10 seconds. Let's go. Bird with degree going up against Aphotic, fighting here in Monarchs Bluff. And guys, the game is on now. Let's see how they like to do the initial play here. We've seen in Pluto, and most of the time we go with a stereotypical ANC split or a triple split. That seems to be the most effective attack strategy that we've been seeing is ANC and then the triple split. It looks like they might be going for a delayed push, or they're sending everybody to A here. It looks like we're searching around. We're wondering where they're at. You can see Fatal Mistakes like, what's going on here? It looks like a lot of the army went over there to that A side, and that's the call. You can see he's making the call here. He's going to go over to A. It looks like a full Zerg to A. A-Fluence is ticking though. Fatal shoots a fireball out there, does a little bit of damage. A point ticking to about 5 or 10%. You can see it looks like the attackers have a lot of agency over here, doing a good job of warding the defenders off. They just kind of sent their whole army over to A. It doesn't look like there's any split push pressure. That's a tongue twister. A is ticking at about 40-45%. We're about 1 minute in. The attackers showing dominance here, able to just run over here with the full Zerg and just take the point. Is the call being made to just leave A? It looks like Fatal is being called over here to go to C. A is taking about 55-60%. It looks like they don't want to get double capped. And guys, it looks like that A might be over. We'll see how it goes though. The A is fighting. It's a bit of a tug of war. It's taking at about 60%. You guys can see a ton of group fights over here at the C. A big clump over here. It looks like they have maybe a 5 to 10 man squad from the attackers on C. C's taking at about 15%. A taking at about 60-65. As you guys can see right now, the A influence is going down though. So this isn't a bad call from Fatal to come over here to the C side. C going down, and Fatal goes down with it. The C influence is ticking up for the attackers. It looks like the A influence is going down though. The A influence going down a little bit, and let's see how it goes. C though is ticking up. C taking about 40%. I'm wondering if the attackers are sending the respawns to C side, or if they're going to stick to the A and C split. Let's take a look over here. You can see only about maybe 10 players over here, so it looks like they might be full on committing to the AC split, and that's exactly what they're doing. You saw A tick a little bit here, so you know that this is an AC split. Very smart from the attackers, and it looks like it was a bit of a delayed split attack. So that's actually very smart. So you can give your defenders a false sense of security that, oh hey, look, they're sending their whole team to A. But actually what you're doing is you're actually baiting them into committing fully to that A side, so your C team can come out and start taking the point. And that's exactly what's happening right now. Are they about to get double capped? Aphotic looks like they might get double capped. C taking about 85%. A taking about 75%. Defenders looks like they're going to be scrambling here. C is definitely lost. C go taking about 90%, and it's going, and it's about gone. A taking to about 85%. C is looking like it's gone for birds with degree, and they're showing why they have a degree. They got a PhD right now, and they're schooling Aphotic here on how to take points. And A is looking like it's at about 85 or 90%, and that is definitely what's happening to him right now. The double cap comes through, and you only have B left. That is not good, guys. And now this is a trap that defenders fall into. Defenders fall into this trap. They need to commit to one of the points. This is what happens if you don't commit to one side. Then now you're completely scrambled, and the attackers are using this to their advantage. The defenders do not have any type of organization anywhere. You can see though a sea of blue coming in from that side over there, and Ohonoo is delivering right now. Birds with degree is delivering. We have respawns coming up in about 12 seconds, and guys, look at those clumps on that fort side. Blue Skull's going down. Respawns coming up in 10. Guys. 5 on the respawn, but I can imagine the attackers have agency on this point. Respawn's going to be coming out. Attackers look like they might be focusing the fort side here. Let's see if they focus the fort side. And yeah, you don't see any influence going down on the point because it looks like the attackers making the intelligent call to still try and get more wipes on the defenders here, making sure that they don't overcommit on the point and then and die in a clump. So let's see what they can do here. Respawn's coming out. You're only 4 minutes into the game, and B point is the last point you have to defend, not where you want to be. And look, it's a little scrambled here. The reason why you don't like defending B as defenders last is because attackers can come from so many ways. As you can see, big clumps, big ice, big grabs going down over here on this fourth side, and we can see Fatal doing a good job at just kind of getting some ice down, laying some pressure, but B is ticking in the attacker's favor. Defenders cannot get re-staggered. They're constantly unstaggered. Blue-red skulls going down. B is ticking to about 10 or 20%. It is not looking good for the defenders here. They're trying to get organization, but they're getting pushed so hard on the fort and the sandbag side. They're doing a good job at pushing them in. Birds with the degree doing a good job at pushing them into their fort. They're not able to get out of here. And you can see it's a bit of a tug of war and influence. Fatal goes in with some of that ice wall, doing a good job at trying to just keep them at bay. And as you can see, though, gets hit with a grab, and that's a big clump, guys. Big clumps over on this fort side, and it looks like B is ticking to about 20%. We're only 5 minutes in, and I promise you, these guys are feeling the heat in this war. These guys are not going to get a break. B ticking to about 25. A couple red skulls go down on the fort side. Those are good wipes, but you need to transition this tempo, this energy over to the point. And you can imagine the defenders are going to be making the call. Guys, we got to get to this point. They cleared out a little bit of the fort side, so can they get to the point? That is the question. They need to start answering the point. The point is ticking about 40-45%. You're going to have most of the defenders coming over here and focusing. That good ice goes down by Fatal here, doing a good job at trying to get some of those people trapped, but not much follow-up. You can see defenders respawns coming to the point. Look at these big clumps of attackers. I need to see a grab. And look at that clump, guys. Big clumps in the chat. Aphotic does a good job of getting some kills. They need to transition this. They need to get more. Aphotic, that was a really good, clean clump kill right there. And they do it. They're good, doing a good job at warding off the attackers. That's exactly what they needed. But they got to be careful to not counter die. And it looks like that might be enough to hold them off. Yes, I see some clumps in the chat. That is what I'm talking about. That was huge. B point influence ticking back down in the defender's favor. Guys, I am loving casting this Ohonoo battle right now. This is the kind of juice and energy Willie needed tonight. Let's go. We are at about 25-40% on the point. It looks like Fatal made a fatal mistake, and he is going down right now. Right now, Fatal going down, reviving. You are only about 6 minutes in the game, and this is spicy, guys. It looks like Bird with Degree doing a good job right here. Aphotic, though, able to ward off that initial attack, able to ward off that play right now. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes, guys. They got to get some organization. Not doing too bad. Attackers look like they're trickling a little bit. It looks like they're not too organized like they were in the very beginning. Having a little bit of a trickle effect, and Fatal got to get out of there. Getting hit by some chunky bruiser boys. It looks like there is a lot of bruisers over here on Ohonoo. They're doing a good job. I don't know if I've seen as much Void Gauntlets as I see over here on Pluto. Obviously, I might rewatch some of this VOD and just kind of take more of a analytical, in-depth look at it. But I'm seeing more bruisers and fire mages than Void Gauntlets. A ton of clumps going down. Oh my god, these guys get down and dirty on this server. You're seeing like 20 stack clumps everywhere. These guys don't care, and it looks like Bird with the Degree definitely don't care because they're winning it, and the point is ticking up to about 40-45%. It looks like they're getting defenders getting pushed off. Now they got to focus that fort side. This is a brawl. This is just like a full 50-man v50. We're getting in your face. We are in your face. It is just madness over here. These guys do not care. I love to see it, man. I love fighting styles like this. B is ticking up to about, as a bruiser boy myself, you'll love to see it. B is ticking up to about 40-45%, and I am noticing a lack of Void Gauntlet. Like I said, are you guys seeing any Screams and Oblivions? I mean, maybe there might be a couple, but it's just something I'm not seeing here. Very unique for the Ohonoo playstyle. And guys, point is ticking though in the attacker's favor at about 50. It looks like it's a constant brawl. You have 7 seconds on the respawn. You see cannon shots going down, so not all the siege is down right now. You have respawns coming up in a second, and this could be bad. Attackers, if they get some clean kills right now, if the attackers get some clean kills right now, they could potentially take this B point. You see, they're trying to get hay spots. Fatal's like, God, I gotta get hay spots. I gotta get to this point. These guys don't let up. This point has not went down since they got to it. Fatal, you gotta go, buddy. You gotta get out of there. Yes, and he's like, okay, I gotta go fast, because B is ticking fast too. 60-65% going down on B. The fireball doesn't hit, and right now the attackers are making the call to get to the point. Defenders making the call to find the point. You guys can see, look at those huge clumps. We have huge clumps on the point right now. Whoever wins this is going to win this point. B taking about 75-80%, and I promise you the attackers are winning this one. Defenders got to pack their bags, because guys, they're going to the fort, and that's what we like to see, because guess what, guys? We have a fort fight on Fight Night right now, and we love to see it. Let's see how it goes. We have 21 minutes left in this game. Can Aphotic hold them off for 21 minutes on this fort? Let's see if they can do it. They're going to be feeling hustled right now. It's going to be feeling scary. Bird with Degree own 3 territories on this server, and they're reminding everybody why they do. They are very strong and a formidable opponent. Let's see if they can take this fort. We know, though, in the past, look at that huge wave going to the back gates. That's about 20 people. I don't know if I've seen that on Pluto. I love to see the different meta styles over here. It looks like they're committing 20 to 30 people to get into the back gates. Guys, are you seeing what I'm seeing? This is spicy. This is spicy. I love to see it. I love to see it. Let's see how it goes. It looks like they're focusing more people. The B gate already down. So the idea, I think, is to put more people on the backside, get the back gates down while you get a couple of the front gates down and send some people in. But you can see some of the attackers getting killed by the defenders here. B is down. One of the back gates is down as well. You have 20 minutes to defend this, guys. Can they defend it for 20 minutes? I'm very curious. I don't know if they're going to be able to. And you can see that big pressure from the attackers going on the backside starting to pay off. They are looking at those respawns, and look at those clumps. This is pure madness over here. It is just a clump fest, and it is nonstop. And look, this gate's going down too. You can imagine they're going to be trying to push through in a second. Defenders know. They're like, God, don't let the wave in. Hold door, hold that door, because the attackers are swarming in right now. It is not looking good. Birds doing a good job here, getting most of the gates down. The A gate is going down as well. C gate, the only gate last of the Mohicans here, the only gate up. Looks like Fatal trying to distract him a little bit, put a little ice, and he's doing a good job pumping a little bit of damage on these guys. These guys are stacking hard. Guys, this is something that you can see that is not like Pluto. You love to see it. It looks like these guys focus heavy on the back gates. Maybe this is just a Birds thing, but this is something that we've seen in Ohonoo that I have not seen yet on Pluto. So very cool to get a look on how other servers. Oh, and Fatal might have fell off. That's not what you want to see. Fatal lives up to his name and makes a fatal mistake, and he's got to be going down. No way he gets out of this, or does he? Oh my gosh, hatchet to the back, the 1-2 smack, and that is not good. That is not good right now. Fatal does respawn. You got to be careful for the respawns, though, and you can see you have Bird with Degree all up in the guts back here, making this place their home. They are making this their nest. They are nesting all over your respawns right now. Birds with Degree have a PhD in how to camp your respawns, and they are not worried about the point. They are trying to get in here on this fort here, trying to get on the respawns. Fatal doing a decent job of trying to just get these guys off of the walls here. Off of the walls, guys, and Blue Skulls going down. It looks like they might be trying to make the call to get to the point, and maybe no, they're not. They're maybe looking for one more respawn kill, and this is actually really good from Fatal. This is fantastic positioning here. It looks like Birds with Degree might be losing this, but they're going to be going in for a counter play. A lot of Red Skulls going down, and that's got to be a clean wipe. Guys, Ohonoo clumps so hard. Are you guys seeing this? Ohonoo is clumping like an absolute mad lads right now. They just go in. You love to see it, man. We're 12 minutes in this war, and you see they are just stacking on this fort side, trying to get, or this respawn side, shop side, trying to get some clump kills, trying to get the respawns, and it looks like it's a bit of a tug and war. They might be falling a little bit in the trickle effect. They might need to try and regroup here. I don't know. They have 17 minutes to play with, though. They're not too worried. You have a lot of time. You're going to have a lot of time on the fort. It means you have a lot of chances, and it looks like some of the attackers falling back a little bit. And yes, as I say that, it looks like they might be trying to regroup a little bit on this A side, the A gate side. Actually, that's C. Thank you, Jeffrey Bezos. It's a bit of a bug. You can see some people charging into the back line. I see a ton of bruisers and not much void gauntlets. This is very interesting. And you can see a lot of grabs, man. A lot of grabs and hammers. Obviously, extremely strong abilities and stuff in the game. You love to see it. And right now, attackers pushing onto the shops. It seems like they do not let up. Fatal trying to get out of there. It does light roll out. Gets hit with the screen, but the guy falls off. Yeah, that sucks. He got hit with the screen, but he fell off. Not good. Fatal get caught, and another grab. And look at those Red Skulls going down over there on the side of that fort, or on the stairs, man. The attackers struggling to get in here. Right now, Aphotic doing a good job on the fort defense. It looks like the attackers might be making a call to regroup a little bit. They know that they can't get through here, and Aphotic is doing a good job right now at warding them off. Obviously, you have 16 minutes left in this game. You're not even halfway through right now. You're not even halfway through. Fatal goes down, 30 seconds, respawns. You're not even halfway through this war right now, and you're still fighting tooth and nail for every bit of fight, every bit of territory in this fort. And look at those clumps, guys. This is why we have a clump-a-mo. These guys, this is exactly why we have a clump-a-mo. These guys are going crazy. You see 4 or 5 grabs with tons of ice, and they just all jump on it, and it's a swing fest. It is crazy to see. It's so much fun to watch, because look at them all. They just grab gravin and icing. I see one Oblivion in that whole clump. That is insane. There is like, I think every player has a grab well, guys. It is nuts over here. And we are about to hit the halfway mark, and it looks like Birds with Degree they need to call for a regroup. I feel like at this point you're staggering too much, and I feel like you need to call for a regroup. I feel like you need to try and say, hey guys, we're kind of trickling a little too much. We got enough time to play with. You might as well just go ahead and wait for the regroup. Do not let them just keep killing us and staggering us. So yes, as I say that, they are doing the regroup. This is good. This is what Birds with Degree needs. I got a master's in bird law, so I know what I'm talking about here. They're doing a good job. It looks like they're calling for a regroup. I see some siege over here. Nothing too out of the ordinary. Mortars, you want to get mortars and stuff whenever you're on the final point. Fatal doing a good job of trying to snipe that guy off, though. Figgy Shoes, I love that name. Figgy Shoes over there on the mortar, trying to lay some pressure down. And it looks like the call has been made to get in here. This is very good positioning from Fatal here, able to provide some AoE and some damage over here on the fort wall, or on the fort side. So that they feel pressure and they have to run through. And here it goes, guys. It looks like we're going to get the clumps going on. You know how the Ohonoo boys like to do it. They're going to be clumping all up here. Look at that. They're all just going in right now. The point's ticking about 5 or 10%. The point is ticking right now. A lot of people are focusing this C gate right now. Point, though, goes back down. You can see a lot of attackers all over the place. Fatal is really hard focusing these guys over here on the gate. It's not too bad. He doesn't have a heal. He needs to pop a health pot, and he's going to do exactly that. And, guys, look, it looks like Birds with Degree are pulling the trigger. They're sending people in from the B gate. They're sending people in from the gates. They're trying to get influence on that point, and it's a big brawl. It's a huge fight right now. A lot of people are chilling up here. A lot of people are trying to get some AoE damage down, and these guys aren't getting pressured too much, but the point's taking about 5 or 10%. Are they able to take a Birds with Degree, making the call to get to the point? As you can see, look at those huge clumps. There are tons of bodies over there. You can imagine they're just fighting tooth and nail to try and win this war. 5 or 10%. You only have 14 minutes left. You can see the defenders making the call to try and fight them on this point. Look at the back of that point. I can count at least 8 attackers there, and Fatal falls right down. He's trying to look at the point. They know that they have to start clearing these guys. You can't let them do whatever they want. The attackers cannot sit here and do what they want over here. Fatal doing a good job copping a kill here. You guys can see right now it's a tug of war on this point, but the attackers not really focusing the respawns. It looks like they were 100% focusing that just the point fight, and this is what happens when you're an attacker. If you don't kill them on respawns, you're susceptible to just falling into a position where you're not going to be winning the point, because these guys are coming in and they're spawning in the fort. They're getting there faster than your guys are, so they're able to reinforce it more than you are, quicker than you are. So now we're going to see a little bit of the trickle. We're not seeing a full regroup just yet, and look at these people on the stairs. There's at least 15 to 20 of them all battling for this respawn right now. They're trying to get through. Tons of attackers over here. We can count these chunky boys. We can count these attacking boys, and guys, the point's ticking again. There's no letting up in the Birds with Degree right now. Point ticking at about 5 or 10%. It is looking juicy. Fatal might be going down, and he does, but the respawn comes right up. Point is not ticking anymore. Let's see if the attackers have any agency on the respawns, and they do. Look at how many of the attackers here. They know they have to win this, but tons of defenders too, and Fatal spawns and goes down. It was perfectly executed from the attackers, but look at the counter kills. 2 or 3 more people go down in the counter play there. We have 24 seconds on the respawn. I'm wondering what the point's looking like. I'm wondering if there's any influence. We have respawns coming up in 16. I can't see the influence right now. I feel like it's got to be ticking a little bit, just with how good the attackers had the respawn kill there, but we'll see. We have 7 seconds left on this respawn. Now defenders got to be careful. He's got to spawn in and hit it nice to him. He's got to spawn in, but a couple of the attackers go down. Respawn's coming up. Maybe wait a second to hit the respawn. Maybe that's the play, but not too many people over here. Maybe 1 or 2, but no, I say that, and there are beefy boys right there ready to answer. Look at the attackers. They're focusing heavy on the respawns, and the point's ticking about 5 or 10%. Defenders gonna have to clear them off the point in a second. We only have 11 minutes and 50 seconds, and look at these huge clumps again. The attackers relentless. So many axes, so many hammers. It just feels like they can't do anything. There's so much grabs and hammers. It's insane. And quick hydro homie check. 5 seconds on the respawn. The attackers are winning this wholeheartedly. We have respawns coming up though. Do they focus point or do they focus respawns? Let's see what the call is. And no, the point's taking about 15-20%. They need to start looking at the point. They're having most people at the point right now. The defender's going to be making a mad dash to clear the point. The point taking about 25-30. You can see a lot of the attackers still in the respawn, though. It looks like there was some split comms between the attackers. It looks like some people were still focusing respawns, and some people were still focusing the point. It looks like it was a little too split from the attackers there, but still, the attackers winning the clump fights. You can see the attackers heavy over there on the point. On the backside of this point, we have about 3%, 5%. It's slowly ticking up. Attackers doing a good job getting influence on the point. The defenders have to start getting some kills here. Right now, the attackers are going to be coming in here in a second. This is not looking good. We have about a little bit of influence on the point right now, and it goes back down. This is a tug of war, guys. This is a battle. We have 10 minutes and 30 seconds left, and Ohonoo's going to get your boy Willie out of breath because these guys just keep going in. It seems like there's not too much regroups being had. The Birds had that one regroup, but that's been about it. Aside from that, they have just been going ham. They have just been focusing those respawns. They do not care. And look, you can see they're focusing in through the B gate right now. A bit staggered, though. Might want to have another regroup. We'll see how it goes here. As you guys can see, they are putting on a show. This is very entertaining. We got the first Fortnite of the night, and that's what we'd like to see. It's a fort fight on fight night right now, and you can see the attackers are focusing the point. It looks like the attackers are focusing wholeheartedly right now. They're not really coming up into the respawns, and as I say that, you can see Judy over there, Big Booty Judy, kind of getting to the back line right there, trying to get some focus on the respawns. Look at the clump of the defenders. They got to be careful. Watch out for the grabs, and that's kind of weird. Look at that DC Jeffrey Bezos, please. Look at that, 2 grabs instantly right in the same spot, guys. Right in the same spot, and the point starts ticking about 5 or 10%. It looks like the point is going up. The attacker's pulling the trigger, wanting to make the play, and that's a good ice right there. That was a really good ice. It looks like they might be getting caught. They might be getting caught. Look at the ice and the grabs going down. It's just absolutely insane. It looks like everybody's looking at the point right now. Attackers may not win doing this. They have to start thinking about the respawn. But as I say that, dude, a clump of them, a whole group of them come in through that back gate. And Fatal about got caught lacking. He's able to get out of there, though, laying pressure down, laying heat down, throws a pillar out, does a good job just doing some damage here. You can see attackers fumbling a little bit. They need to get organized. You can win a lot of fights, but in the fort, if you're not organized, you're not going to be able to take it. Birds with the degree having 21 minutes on this fort fight here, and they're kind of stalling a little bit. You can see that they're kind of trickling all over the place. You have fights all over the place, and yes, they're winning some, but they're not winning all of them. You have influence on the point, taking about 5%. It goes back down. This is a constant tug of war. It looks like people are funneling in through the B gate. This is just a fight everywhere right now. It's crazy right now. It is crazy what's going on. We have 8 minutes and 30 seconds left. Defenders fighting for their life. They want to keep this territory. Birds with degree own 3 territories. They're like, guys, get out of here. Get the hell out of here. We do not want you to own this. You should not have this. This is our territory. You have enough. Aren't you okay? Aren't you happy? And the Birds know that they want to take over everything. They just want it all. So Birds with degree trying to put in some heat, trying to push these guys, want to take Monarchs Bluff right now, but I think a regroup might be needed. I would imagine that might be needed right now. As you can see, not too many people in here. Maybe that's what the call is. Fatal might be going down. Needs a heal. Out of health pots. Does get the heal. You see Honey over there just shooting some heals down. Good for him. And look at this huge clump on the respawn. Oh my lord. There is just so many blue skulls going down, and that's a 20-second death timer. The defenders got to be careful. This next respawn is going to mean a lot. The attackers could transition this to the fort, but I'm very interested to see if they look more towards the respawn. Blue skulls going down over there, and you can see it's a tug of war. 10 seconds on the respawn. If the attackers don't win this respawn fight, then they're not going to have too much of a chance at this moment to take this point. A lot of attackers, though, on the walls, and respawns are coming up now, guys. Are they going to be able to take it? Respawns are coming up right now. How many attackers are focusing it? And not a whole lot. It looks like they weren't able to focus the respawns too much. We only have 7 minutes and 20 seconds left in this war. Are they able to do it? Ohonoo showing up tonight. And guys, we have 7 minutes. We only have 7 minutes. Right now, Birds with the degree needs to start going. They're pulling the trigger. You can see they're all coming in from that A gate. They're all coming in from that side here. They're pulling the trigger to try and get in here. They want to get the clump kills. They want to win the fights. And you see Squiggy in the backlight right now trying to take out Fatal. Fatal does a good job rolling on out of there. You have all these players sitting on the respawns. It is definitely scary. It is not where you want to be as a defender. And look at the grabs go down, but so do some of the attackers. And guys, look, it's a brawl. You see blue skulls, you see red skulls. It is just a back and forth. No clear winner. We have respawns coming up in 1, and let's see how they're focusing the respawn. This is what we're talking about, guys. It is just constant clumps. It is just insanity right here in this fort. And you see a lot of fights look like they should be being won by the attackers. attackers, but just because you get good clumps doesn't mean you have enough for the follow-up, and you also have to think about how to get out of it. That's the thing too. You may be able to create a situation when you get 2 or 3 kills and it feels good, but at the same time you have to think, how do I get out of it? And a lot of the people are doing a good job at getting the clumps started, but they're not able to get out. So you're seeing a lot of counter kills where they go in, they get 2 kills, but then they die back. You know, and when you constantly trade like that, it's not always a good situation from attackers, because you're objectively spawning further away from the fort than the defenders are. They're spawning in the fort. So it's not necessarily always a good trade. You want to make sure you're trying to win the trade and you're not getting caught just trading in general. Because even if it's an equal trade, a 2 for 2, defenders win that. So they got to have a regroup. You only have 5 minutes and 30 seconds left, guys. I think Birds with a Degree need a regroup, and then you can have a couple desperate plays, but I don't think the trickle trap is happening right now. The trickle trap is happening to Birds with a Degree. They just keep running in. They're not really doing full regroups. And as you can see, mages thrive in this environment, guys. This is exactly what we're seeing from Fatal. He goes a lot of untouched, an absolute ton of clumps. So you're constantly ice showering, you're constantly fireballing. It just feels good if you're a mage fighting people like this. And Fatal does a little burnout and he burns out all the way to the back. Guys, we only have 5 minutes. Guys, we only have 5 minutes left in it. Can Birds with Degree take this fort? They took all 3 of the points in the first like 9 or 10 minutes, fumbling a little bit on the fort fight. We've seen it all in Pluto as well. The fort fight is nothing to play with. You can be a fantastic team, but you need to have organization. You need to have that coordination in a fort fight. And right now they're struggling a little bit. We have 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Are they able to do it? They need a regroup. I'm telling you guys, they need a full regroup here if they want to win, but this might be it. They're going in, they're charging the back walls, they're charging the respawns. Fatal able to get out of their fireball going out, pillar of fire going out, and Fatal takes an L. Fatal goes down 30 seconds on the respawn. The attackers right now need to be focusing the respawns. That's where they need to be. Let's see how it goes. We have 20 seconds left. Guys, we'll have to see how it goes. I mean, right now, Birds with a Degree getting kills, and look at that, a lot of blue skulls go down. This has to be it for Birds. They have to try and get the respawns. But you can see the defenders are focusing their respawns. The defenders are live, are doing a good job at focusing the respawns, and we have respawns up in 4 seconds. And guys, are they able to get enough kills on the defenders here to be able to take it? Let's see how it goes. We have respawns going up now. And there's a ton of them fighting on that backside. Exactly what I'm saying. They know that they have to win this fight. They have to. They don't have too much time to play with. Fatal does a good job of getting in behind him, going on Figgy Shoes, going in on Figgy Two Shoes. No, Figgy Two Shoes. I love the name. Leo Figgy Two Shoes up here. Mages doing some damage. And guys, we have 3 minutes and 20 seconds, and you see the attackers getting some clean kills. They got to be careful not to get counter killed. The attackers getting some clean kills over there, and it looks like Fatal pumping damage into him. He had to help with some of that. And guys, the point's ticking though at about 5 or 10%. There's only 3 minutes and 14 seconds left on the clock. The point is ticking. More attackers there than defenders. They got to be careful for the respawns though. Defenders and attackers fighting tooth and nail on this point. The point is ticking to about 25%. You only have 3 minutes left in this game. Every death, every kill matters at this point. You're talking about 50-second respawn timers. You're talking about all of it right now. You have 45 seconds going on 50%. You have 45 to 50% on the fort right now. What is the respawn for the defenders? The attackers clearly are owning this. The fort is taking at about 65%. Birds with a Degree might be able to take it. The fort is taking right now. You have a lot of defenders going in onto the point. You have Birds with a Degree getting shot from musket, getting shot from mage off the wall. It is a ton. It is an anarchy on this point right now. Can they take it? Birds with a Degree though, losing a little bit of influence, but the reinforcements are coming in now. You got to be careful for those grabs. It looks like some of the healers might not have been able to get out of those grabs, and you have respawn timers for 30 seconds. This could be really good for the attackers. I think that they might take it here. Birds with a Degree might be able to take it in the last 2 minutes. Look at those huge clumps on the point. The defenders don't know that a lot of their healers just died right here, but it is a tug and war. Look at how many attackers and defenders are going down. There's so many chunky boys. There's so many healers. There's so many people over there right now. You have respawns coming up in 15 seconds. Guys, it looks like Birds with a Degree might take it. All the defenders are alive right now. Need to stall the influence. They need to get on the point. They need to stall. You only have the point taking at about 60%. You have respawns coming up in 5. But if all the defenders wipe right here, they're not going to be able to hold it. Respawns coming up in 1. You have to pop a haste pot. You have to pop a haste pot, and you got to get there. This is so close. Pop a haste pot. Get to that point. Point taking it at about 85, going on 90. Birds with a Degree might take it in the last minute and 40 seconds. And guys, it looks like Birds with a Degree might have it. Defenders getting on the point. Are they able to hold them off? Oh my God! And guys, it might be they might have saved it. But blue and red skulls going down like crazy. Oh Oh my God, look at all those kills. Birds with degree coming through the B gate, able to get the counter kill. And guys, just like that, Birds with degree showing everybody why they have a degree. They have a PhD in how to war. And guys, in the last minute and 30 seconds, Birds with degree take it. Holy shit, what a finisher, guys. GG's in the chat. Whew. Get some GG's in the chat, guys. Some Willie GG's. Oh my goodness.